Hello, my name's Ian Lucraft and I'm the minister at Christ Church Stocksbridge. When I came to Stocksbridge a year or so ago, I found that there were 5 war memorials in church, and I asked the young people and some of the adults if they knew who these people were that are named on these 5 memorials. 50 men and 1 woman. And of course the youngsters didn't know who they were, and many of the adults didn't know who they were. So I suggested that we had a project and that we involved some of the young people and some of the older people in researching who these 50 people were. We've had a wonderful time, people working together, exploring the internet, discovering the histories of these people. And so for each of these people we now know something more than just a name on a memorial. For many of them we know where they were born, where they lived, which house in Stocksbridge or Deepcar their family lived in, what jobs they had before they went off to war. We know where they died and where they're buried. Sometimes we've got a photograph of their grave. And while we were thinking about this, we thought, wouldn't it be great if a poet would write a poem for us about these 50 people? So when we asked Ian McMillan, he said immediately yes, he'd love to do it. And as we talked about it, we suggested working with some of the schools, because the schools do the First World War in their history curriculum, and they also do writing and poetry, and it seemed all just to fit together. And so we've done 2 music workshops that Ian has led in 2 schools, Stocksbridge Junior School and Deepcar St John's. And he's also led an art and poetry workshop in Stocksbridge High School. They've had a wonderful time, the young people. The teachers have been thrilled with it, and the youngsters have written and drawn some lovely work. You're going to see Ian reading the poem that he has written for Christ Church Stocksbridge, and you're going to see some of the children, those from Deepcar St John's, in one of the music workshops.
The bridge. These faces, these names, are a bridge from then to now. All those young men, all those hearts, walking on the unfamiliar brow of an unfamiliar hill, from Stocksbridge to a kill. These soldiers, these boys, are a bridge from now to then. All those uniforms walking slowly, all these unforgotten men on an unfamiliar hill, from Stocksbridge to a kill. You can hear Yorkshire in the way they talk. You can see Stocksbridge in the way they walk. You can see the men they could have become as they march behind the beating of history's drum. These phantoms, these ghosts, walk behind us as we go through Grenoside in the sun, through Deepcar in the snow. This is where Remembrance starts, from Stocksbridge to our hearts. I wanted the poem to have a simplicity about it. I wanted the idea being the idea of going over the hill, about walking on the hill, and just use these wonderful resonant place names they've got around here, like Stocksbridge and Grenoside and Deepcar, and just the idea of people moving along, and just the idea of moving, and then the idea of somehow that moving means that they stay in your head and you don't forget them.
We need to say thank you as well to the Arts Council, because without the Arts Council of Great Britain we couldn't have made this film, had this poem or these workshops, and everybody has enjoyed it immensely.